Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lingualin's English. I'm Amy, and today we're learning English through popular movie dialogues that everyone loves. Movies are an amazing way to learn English because they show us how real people talk. The sentences are natural, emotional, and memorable. Today, we'll practice famous lines from movies that you probably know. By the end of this episode, you'll sound more natural and confident when speaking English. Let's get started. Let's begin with The Notebook. This is one of the most romantic movies ever made. There's a line that makes everyone cry. Listen carefully. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. Now repeat after me. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. Beautiful. This means I'll be whatever you need me to be. I'm with you always. It's such a sweet way to express love. Let's try another line from this movie. It wasn't over. It still isn't over. Say it with me. It wasn't over. It still isn't over. Perfect. This shows that true love never really ends. You're doing great. Now, let's talk about Inception. This movie is about dreams and reality. It has some very cool dialogue. Here's a powerful line. You're waiting for a train. Repeat. You're waiting for a train. Good. Here's the full quote, but let's practice it in parts. A train that will take you far away. Your turn. A train that will take you far away. Excellent. And here's a key line about ideas. An idea is like a virus. Resilient. Highly contagious. Let's focus on the simple part. Ideas are powerful. Say it. Ideas are powerful. Perfect. And here's the famous question from the movie. Do you want to take a leap of faith? Repeat. Do you want to take a leap of faith? Wonderful. Take a leap of faith means to trust and try something even when you're scared. You hear this phrase in real life too. Let's move to La La Land. This movie is about dreams and music. It has beautiful dialogue about following your passion. Here's an inspiring line. People love what other people are passionate about. Say it with me. People love what other people are passionate about. Great. This means when you truly care about something, others notice and appreciate it. Here's another one. I'm always gonna love you. Repeat. I'm always gonna love you. Beautiful. Notice gonna. That's casual spoken English for going to. And here's a line about dreams. Here's to the ones who dream. Your turn. Here's to the ones who dream. Perfect. This celebrates people who dare to have big dreams. That includes you. Now, let's practice lines from Slumdog Millionaire. This movie shows us that knowledge comes from life experience. Here's a simple but powerful line. It is written. Say it. It is written. Good. This phrase means destiny or fate. Here's another line about choices. When somebody asks you a question, you tell them the truth. Let's practice the key part. Tell them the truth. Repeat. Tell them the truth. Excellent. Honesty is so important. And here's a romantic line. I knew you'd be watching. Your turn. I knew you'd be watching. Lovely. This shows deep connection between two people. Let's talk about The Social Network. This movie is about Facebook and has sharp, fast dialogue. Here's a famous line. If you guys were the inventors of Facebook, you'd have invented Facebook. It's long, so let's simplify. If you were the inventor, you would have invented it. Say it. If you were the inventor, you would have invented it. Great. This is a clever way to dismiss someone's claim. Here's another quick one. I'm CEO, bitch. This is very casual and a bit rude, but people know this line. Let's learn a politer version. I'm the CEO. Repeat. I'm the CEO. Perfect. And here's a line about motivation. People want to go online and check out their friends. Let's practice. People want to connect with their friends. Your turn. People want to connect with their friends. Excellent. You're learning natural conversational English. Now, let's look at Eat, Pray, Love. This movie is about finding yourself through travel. Here's a beautiful line about balance. I'm having a relationship with my pizza.
Say it.
I'm having a relationship with my pizza. This is funny. It means really enjoying something. Here's a wise line. Ruin is a gift. Ruin is the road to transformation. Let's focus on the key idea. Every ending is a new beginning.
Repeat.
Every ending is a new beginning. Wonderful. This reminds us that change can be positive. And here's another one. You need to learn how to select your thoughts. Your turn. You need to learn how to select your thoughts.
Perfect.
This teaches us about controlling our mindset. Let's practice from The Help. This movie has powerful dialogue about courage and dignity. Here's an empowering line. You is kind. You is smart. You is important. Say it with me. You is kind. You is smart. You is important. Now, notice this isn't perfect grammar. It should be, you are kind. But this is how the character speaks, and it's even more powerful because of it. Let's say it correctly too. You are kind. You are smart. You are important.
Repeat.
You are kind. You are smart. You are important. Beautiful. Everyone needs to hear these words. Here's another strong line. Courage sometimes skips a generation. Your turn. Courage sometimes skips a generation. Excellent. This means bravery can show up in unexpected ways. Now, let's talk about Juno. This movie has witty, clever teenage dialogue. Here's a funny line. That's one doodle that can't be undid, hone skillet. This is very casual slang. Let's learn a simpler version. That can't be undone. Say it. That can't be undone.
Good.
Undone means reversed or changed back. Here's another line. You're the coolest person I've ever met. Repeat. You're the coolest person I've ever met.
Perfect.
This is a great compliment. And here's a sweet one. I think I'm in love with you. Your turn. I think I'm in love with you. Beautiful. These are words that take courage to say. Let's practice from Midnight in Paris. This movie is about art, love, and nostalgia. Here's a thoughtful line. Nostalgia is denial.
Say it.
Nostalgia is denial. Interesting thought, right? Here's the fuller idea. Denial of the painful present. Repeat. Denial of the painful present.
Good.
This suggests we sometimes romanticize the past too much. Here's a beautiful line about love. I can see you sitting in a cafe, reading a book. Let's practice. I can see you in a cafe. Your turn. I can see you in a cafe. Lovely. This paints a peaceful picture. And here's advice about art. The artist's job is not to succumb to despair, but to find an antidote for the emptiness of existence. That's complex. Let's simplify. Artists fight emptiness with creativity.
Say it.
Artists fight emptiness with creativity.
Perfect.
You're understanding deep ideas in English. Now let's look at Silver Linings Playbook. This movie talks about mental health and hope. Here's the key line. I opened up to you, and you judged me.
Say it.
I opened up to you, and you judged me. Good. Open up means to share your feelings honestly. Here's a hopeful line. The world will break your heart 10 ways to Sunday. Let's practice a simpler version. The world will break your heart.
Repeat.
The world will break your heart.
True, right?
But here's the hopeful part. That's guaranteed. But I can't begin to predict what you have to do after that. The message is, keep going even when hurt.
Here's another line.
You have poor social skills. You have a problem. Your turn. You have poor social skills. Excellent. Sometimes we need honest feedback to grow. Let's practice from her. This movie is about a man who falls in love with an AI. Here's a tender line. Sometimes I think I have felt everything I'm ever gonna feel. Say it with me. Sometimes I think I have felt everything I'm ever gonna feel. That's a sad thought, isn't it? But here's the hopeful response. And from here on out, I'm not gonna feel anything new. Let's practice the key feeling. I'm afraid I won't feel anything new.
Repeat.
I'm afraid I won't feel anything new.
Good.
This expresses a deep fear. Here's beautiful advice. The past is just a story we tell ourselves.
Your turn.
The past is just a story we tell ourselves.
Perfect.
This reminds us that we can reframe our memories. Now, let's talk about Whiplash. This intense movie is about music and perfection. Here's a challenging line. There are no two words in the English language more harmful than good job. Let's break it down. Good job can be harmful.
Say it.
Good job can be harmful. Interesting perspective. The character believes this because it makes people stop trying harder. Here's another intense line. Not quite my tempo.
Repeat.
Not quite my tempo.
Perfect.
Tempo is the speed of music. This phrase became famous for being perfectionist. And here's the big question. Were you rushing or were you dragging? Your turn. Were you rushing or were you dragging? Excellent. This means were you too fast or too slow? You can use these words for music or other activities. Let's practice from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This movie has poetic dialogue about love and memory. Here's a beautiful line. Meet me in Montauk. Say it. Meet me in Montauk. Simple but powerful. Here's a line about imperfection. I'm just a fucked up girl who's looking for my own peace of mind. Let's keep it clean for learning. I'm just a girl looking for peace of mind.
Repeat.
I'm just a girl looking for peace of mind. Lovely. Peace of mind means mental calm and happiness. Here's a wise line. Constantly talking isn't necessarily communicating. Your turn. Constantly talking isn't necessarily communicating. Excellent. This reminds us that real communication is about understanding, not just words. Now, let's look at the Grand Budapest Hotel. This movie has elegant, sophisticated dialogue. Here's a polite line. I go to bed with all my friends. This sounds strange, but it means something innocent in the movie. Here's a better one to practice. Keep your hands off my lobby boy.
Say it.
Keep your hands off my lobby boy.
Good.
This shows protection and loyalty. Here's a line about appearance. You see, there are still faint glimmers of civilization left in this barbaric slaughterhouse that was once known as humanity. That's very fancy English. Let's simplify. There's still some civilization left. Repeat. There's still some civilization left.
Perfect. And here's a sweet line.
What a lovely thing you are. Your turn. What a lovely thing you are. Beautiful. This is an old-fashioned but charming compliment. Let's practice from Crazy Rich Asians. This movie has dialogue about family, love, and wealth. Here's a powerful line about identity. You're foreigner. American, not Chinese.
Say it.
You're foreigner. American, not Chinese. This explores identity and belonging. Here's another strong line. It's about family.
Repeat.
It's about family. Simple and direct. Here's a line about choices. I'm not leaving Rachel. I'm choosing Rachel. Your turn. I'm choosing Rachel.
Perfect.
Choosing is more active than just staying. It shows commitment. And here's a wise line from a mother. You will never be enough. This sounds harsh, but here's the full context about perfection. Let's learn a kinder version. Nobody's ever perfect enough.
Say it.
Nobody's ever perfect enough.
Good.
This reminds us that we're all human. Now, let's talk about Amélie. This French film has beautiful dialogue about happiness.
Here's a sweet line.
Times are hard for dreamers.
Say it.
Times are hard for dreamers. So true. Dreamers face many challenges. Here's another line about connection. I like to look for things no one else catches.
Repeat.
I like to look for things no one else catches. Lovely. This is about finding beauty in small details. Here's a line about fear. She doesn't relate to other people. She was always a lonely child. Let's focus on. She was always lonely. Your turn. She was always lonely. Good. Many people feel this way. The movie shows us how to find connection. Let's practice from about time. This movie is about making the most of every day. Here's the lesson of the film. Live every day as if it's your last.
Say it.
Live every day as if it's your last.
Perfect.
But there's more wisdom. Here's the real secret. Actually just live.
Repeat.
Actually just live. Beautiful. Don't overthink it. Just be present. Here's a line about family. I just try to live every day as if I've deliberately come back to this one day.
Let's simplify.
I try to live every day fully. Your turn. I try to live every day fully. Excellent. This is a wonderful approach to life. And here's a sweet line. We're all traveling through time together every day of our lives. Say it. We're all traveling through time together. Wonderful. Time passes for all of us. Let's make it meaningful. Now let's look at Before Sunrise. This movie is just two people talking and falling in love.
Here's a romantic line.
If there's any kind of magic in this world, it must be in the attempt of understanding someone, sharing something. Let's practice the key part. Magic is in understanding someone. Say it. Magic is in understanding someone.
Perfect.
Deep connection is magical. Here's another line. I believe if there's any kind of God, it wouldn't be in any of us. Not you or me, but just this little space in between. The idea is, connection happens between people. Connection happens between us. Repeat. Connection happens between us. Lovely. And here's a line about memory. Memory is a wonderful thing if you don't have to deal with the past. Your turn. Memory is a wonderful thing if you don't have to deal with the past. Excellent. This is a complex idea about nostalgia and reality. Let's practice from Lost in Translation. This movie is about loneliness and connection in a foreign country. Here's a simple line that says everything. Let's never come here again because it would never be as much fun. Say it. Let's never come here again because it would never be as much fun.
Good.
This is about keeping a perfect memory perfect. Here's a line about feeling lost. I'm stuck. Does it get easier?
Repeat.
I'm stuck. Does it get easier?
Perfect.
Many people feel stuck sometimes. This is honest and real. And here's a beautiful line about understanding. You're not hopeless. Your turn. You're not hopeless. Wonderful. These 3 words can mean everything to someone who's struggling. Finally, let's practice from Call Me by Your Name. This movie has beautiful summer dialogue about first love. Here's a memorable line. Is there anything you don't know?
Say it.
Is there anything you don't know? This shows admiration for someone. Here's a line about courage. We rip out so much of ourselves to be cured of things faster.
This is poetic.
The simpler meaning is, don't rush healing. Don't rush to heal.
Repeat.
Don't rush to heal. Good. And here's the most famous advice from the movie. A father tells his son about feeling. To feel nothing so as not to feel anything. What a waste. The message is, Feel everything, even pain. Feel everything. Don't avoid pain. Your turn. Feel everything. Don't avoid pain.
Perfect.
This is wise advice about living fully. And the last line. Call me by your name, and I'll call you by mine. Say it. Call me by your name, and I'll call you by mine. Beautiful. This is about deep intimacy and connection. You did it. You just practiced dialogue from 20 different movies. These lines aren't just words. They express love, courage, dreams, pain, and hope. When you understand these movies, you understand human emotions in English. You can connect with millions of people around the world who love these same films. Keep watching movies in English. Listen to how actors express feelings. Notice the pauses, the tone, the emotion. Movies are your teachers, and they make learning fun. Thank you for learning with me today, and remember, every line you practice makes you stronger.
See you next time.